Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. You know what time it is. Day 2 of Cassie's on the stand. Now she's going to be cross-examined. Now we're going to see what the cross-examination is about. So I'm going to break it down to you in classic, unique Mecca audio style. You heard Cassie say she didn't want to be eat on. You heard the state's government's witness come in and say she did. She initiated it. Then you heard about the text messages and all types of things going on. Now they're going to cross-examine it. Now is it time to call in the number on the screen if you have something to say. But until then, we need you to hit those like buttons. All right? Could we get those like buttons hit? Let's get this party started. Let's move it on up. All right? All right, you know what it is, unique Mecca audio, man. We're here in the house. We got all types of Cassie and Diddy stuff going on. That's what we get ready to play with. So, let me tell you how this go, right? First of all, let me play this video before we come in. Let y'all watch the video so you can get kind of updated on some of the saga that Diddy got going on.
Oh boy, did you catch the news about Diddy? It's been blowing up everywhere. Yeah, turns out both his pads in LA and Miami got hit in raids this week. Hey, did you hear about what's going down with Diddy? Yeah, his cribs in LA and Miami got raided thanks to some warrant from the Southern District of New York. And let me tell you, that district's got a crazy win streak in court, like 98 to 99%. So if they're coming for you, best believe they've been keeping tabs for a hot minute. Now, some folks are speaking up about it. Candace Owens chimed in, and even Suge Knight dropped a tweet from behind bars. Suge's saying the feds weren't really after Diddy. They're sniffing around for bigger fish. Seems like they're painting Diddy as a scapegoat in this whole trafficking mess they've been chatting about. And you know what set this whole thing off? Cassie's lawsuit, man. That thing was a whopping 35 pages with a trigger warning and spilled all the tea about freaky stuff. It sparked off a whole bunch of other lawsuits too. Cassie suing Diddy was like straight out of a movie. She filed a lawsuit in federal court accusing him of some heavy stuff, like making her do all kinds of things, causing her harm, and a whole decade of starting when she was just 19. So Cassie, who used to be signed to Diddy's label, Bad Boy Records, is throwing down some serious allegations. She's talking sex trafficking, human trafficking, battery, you name it. Says Diddy was controlling her life since they met in 2005. Once she signed with his label, it was like he had her on lock, controlling everything from her apartment to her medical records. And get this, she even says he targeted rapper Kid Cudi because of her. But wait, it gets crazier. After Cassie filed the lawsuit, more people came forward with their own stories about Diddy and his alleged misconduct. Then,
what do you think about Diddy and his alleged misconduct? Y'all put it in the comments, let me know. But I just wanted to give you all a little rundown of what's going on. We didn't hear nothing about Kid Cudi or none of that yet, but we're going to get into this. And, let's get back to where we was at. All right, now. Let's go. So on Monday, May 12th, the jury heard opening arguments and testimony from the first 2 government witnesses in the trial. That was the ex-worker, and that was Cassie. Prosecutors are accusing Diddy of racketeering and ex-trafficking and of using his vast music, media, and lifestyle empire as a criminal enterprise to harm women and fulfill his sexual fantasy. Now, do y'all believe that from what you're hearing so far from the evidence? Because I know when this first dropped back in April, when they ran up in his house, everybody was saying he's guilty. Everybody had their gripe, what he did to Jadakiss, what he did to that one. They brought up everything under the sun that he did. And now, after hearing this, do you believe that he's going to be found guilty? We're going to speak on that. Hello, you're being recorded. What's your name and where you calling from?
I'm L, calling from Pottstown, Pennsylvania, right outside of Philly.
Mm-hmm.
I got a question for you about this here Rico thing with Diddy going on. Just so is it an all or none type situation where he go and they got to hit him with all the Rico charges or throw it all away, or can that get broken down?
Nah, it can be broken down by each individual verdict. They charge each charge separate. The RICO charge is just the top charge. The RICO charge is the enterprise, and they say that he's, you know, the owner of the company, and then you got the people under him that's, you know, the CEO, and then you got the people under him that works the company, and those are the people that facilitated moving his enterprise of actual activities forward. So being that that's what they accused of, now they got to show who those people are. If you notice, then they're not showing anyone that's his co-defendant. And if you're listening to the trial, it highly sounds like Cassie's a co-defendant. You know what I mean? Because she's booking rooms, changing names, wearing wigs. I mean, she's
did a good job with her testimony helping him out.
Yeah, no, but that's the point that I'm making. They're making it like they really co-conspirators. All these witnesses that's going to come up, if you look at it, they threaten they could charge them for being his co-defendant if they don't testify. So that's what's happening. People is fighting for their lives right now. Either Diddy go down or she go down. So that's where it's at. Follow me?
Yeah, I'm following you. I think Diddy get some time, but he ain't gonna get this whole federal RICO situation.
Listen,
he maybe get some coercion. They're gonna put something on him.
But see, listen, if he's found guilty of anything, the least time that any charge carries is at least 15 years. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, a man like this being a billionaire on top of your game and they just come grab you for what you're doing in your bedroom, you know, that's going to be an eye-opener for him to serve 15 years in prison. Somebody put in the comments, let me know what you think of that. All right? Thanks, caller. All right. So, you know, that's where we at. The numbers on the line. Let's keep this moving. Diddy has pled not guilty to all the charges, and his defense team has presented him as a violent, troubled man whose actions did not match the government's allegations of being a RICO. So they say, yeah, Diddy kicked the ass all day. We know Diddy's the Ike Turner of the new music business. We got that. Gunshots. But, you know, he's just a troubled man. He's not on trial for kicking ass. He's on trial for running the RICO, force, coercion, rape, you know what I mean, kidnapping, and she's making the phone calls, picking the escorts, paying the escorts, partying with the escorts, directing the escorts, and now she's on the stand saying that I'm a victim. Do you believe that? Yes or no? All right. And I'm just breaking it down raw from a street perspective. I'm not picking sides. I'm just giving it raw. If this is too raw for y'all, I'm going to give you 3 seconds to tap out, you know? Hold on, caller.
Is this Cashbox station?
Yeah, Cashbox is down with this. Yeah, what's up? What's the point?
Oh, yeah, they said call in live. So I'm calling in live about the P. Diddy and the Cassie situation.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I wanted to say, okay, everybody all on Cassie and P. Diddy. Okay, this is gonna be a long trial. You know that, right? This ain't all about Cassie. Mm-hmm. This is about a whole bunch of stuff. This is about Kim Porter. This is about P. Diddy and Oprah Winfrey and them getting these kids, where she, went over there in Africa and took all them kids and they didn't know where they was at. This is about them holding them kids down in that tunnel, having them raped and killed and partied with. See, it's a whole lot more than will he get out of this? Will he get free? And no, he's not, because he done did too much. It's not all about Cassie, what he did to Cassie. It's all about what he did to those men, those little boys, Usher and all them. He got all that to answer to. No, hell no, he ain't getting out. And if he do, he got been paid the president to get him out. To pardon him or something like that. But other than that, he need to go to jail forever, for life. Because, see, let me tell you something. If he ever get out, he's going to do it again. Mm-hmm.
Okay, pause. Okay, so let's have a dialogue, and I'm going to play devil's advocate. We understand that. Okay, so what do you feel he did from the evidence you heard, in your own words?
Well, actually, in my own words, we seen the tape of him beating on Cassie and dragging her around. That ain't the first time he did that. Mm-hmm. That ain't the first time he did that to none of his women he had, or any woman. Mm-hmm. So I've been knowing he wasn't no good when he got on that TV show trying to be a judge for singers and stuff. And I was hoping them people didn't pick him because I knew what he was about. He liked to touch little boys, what he did to Usher and Justin Bieber and many more. You know what I'm saying? He's the devil. He's the devil, period, as far as I'm concerned. And so when I found out he was doing that years ago before they even...
All right, pause.
Yeah.
1 second, miss, 1 second. We're having a dialogue. I just got a question for you now. Now, do you have proof that he did this to Usher and Justin Bieber other than what the social media content creators put together and put up on social media?
I wasn't
It's just a question. Now, I didn't know if you was there. Do you have any proof?
I have proof.
Okay, share that with us.
You know what kind of proof I got?
What you got? Your gut feeling.
They showing, these is not no AI videos. These are the real ones, okay? When they show them beating that girl.
No. We got that. We got.
Well, Usher, we got proof because he said it out his own mouth.
Who said it?
He had to come out eventually and say what Diddy did to him.
Okay.
He was put in the hospital for getting his booty hole rubbed out.
Okay, listen, pause. One step at a time. So pause, sis, 1 second. You said something, I want to respond to that, and then we'll go to your next half. But what I'm saying is, you said that he put us in the hospital for ripping his joint out, right? Now, is there proof of that? Is all I'm asking, because I've been going 26, so I'm just trying to get you to enlighten me now.
Look, let me tell you something.
No, I mean,
Diddy
just answer
was the
that.
type of person that he would show you proof what he do to people.
Okay, well, let me know the proof.
That's how he got busted, because he wasn't slick like Jay-Z.
Okay, pause. Let's just deal with the Usher situation. Let's deal with the sis.
This is proof that he touched Justin Bieber.
Okay, now we're talking about Justin Bieber. Okay, listen, sis. Let's pick one character at a time, and then you'll show me about that character, and you pick the character. Okay?
Okay, let's do that.
Yeah.
What side are you on?
I'm not on any side. I'm on the side of the truth. So I'm just trying to understand because you're telling me something, and I would like to know what proof you have. I don't have a side. I don't care. Listen, let me say this for the record. I don't care if he get life in jail. I did my 26. He got to deal with his problems. He didn't look out for me for 26. I don't owe him nothing.
You did 26 years?
Yeah, I did 26 years in federal prison because I poisoned my community selling drugs, and I owned up to that. I did that.
You're doing better though, right?
Exactly, and that's why I'm trying to reach out.
Learn from your mistake.
Exactly.
You spent all that time. You came back to the hood. Are you selling drugs again? Are you still poison? Have you learned something from it?
Yes, and I'm teaching right now on this YouTube.
Okay, stop right there. You learn. Some people don't learn. If he go to jail for 26 years to get out, he gonna come back and do the same thing. I believe that.
Okay, pause. Okay, listen. I'm glad you said that. That's why I like the dialogue.
He's a narcissist, and you cannot change a narcissist. You cannot pray for him. You can't do nothing for him.
Okay, hold on, sis.
He practiced all these demonic things. He's so.
But sis, hold on. 1 second. You spoke on. You spoke on.
Came home and got their life back in order and doing good. You know what I'm saying? He's different. He's different from y'all.
How do you know?
Because I see his soul, baby. I'm a soul seeker.
Now you're talking. See, now you're talking about something I don't know what you're talking about.
Straight through you like transparent tape. I can look in your eyes and tell if you're gonna be okay and if you're not. I got that from my great grandmother. She gave me that gift.
Where you at now? What state are you from with your great grandmother? Louisiana?
Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh, Charlotte. Oh, you're down there near the Geechees, you know? Okay, all right. So I fully understand. Believe me, I know where you at. I just want the people to walk along. And you said that in 26 years, he'll do the same thing. And I want you to know that when I went to trial, that my prosecutor said the same thing to my lawyer and the judge. When my lawyer and the judge both asked them to give me leniency, they said, no matter what you do in 30 years, when they have spaceships, when he get out of prison, he'll figure out a way to hijack a spaceship. But look at me now. And I went and saw my prosecutor since I've been home.
With the glasses and the hat on.
Yeah.
And
yeah, and it's the phone you want.
I be looking at your, I just started watching your, YouTube page on here, and I said, well, okay, well, I listen to you make a lot of sense because you're trying to figure out like what you be saying, you're trying to give both, trying to give everybody benefit of the doubt. Like they have to be found guilty. You just can't assume that somebody is guilty unless you have proof, like you was asking me. Do you have proof? There's a lot of proof out there that have to be presented, but like you said, you got to show proof.
But right now, they're having a trial. They're having a trial. Listen, sis. They're having a trial right now where they're putting on their evidence. And from the evidence that you have seen, what do you think of what's going on right now with just Diddy and Cassie from the evidence that you heard or seen that was presented on social media? That's your question.
Look, let me tell you something. She's not an angel, okay? Because so far what I done heard, what she done said on that stand, what she partaked in, and what what she did, because I think she did it out of fear. She was already locked in. She couldn't leave. She couldn't, so she had to play the game, So, yeah, she did a lot of stuff she shouldn't did, but she was under the direction of P. Diddy. She got used to it. And then she was under the influence of drugs and alcohol, you know what I'm saying? So it made her stay that long. I mean, 10 years with a man, oh, Lord, no, I don't think I would have ever been able to do a year, me, myself, and I. But, everybody wants to be around the house of Diddy parties and partying this and that. No.
Okay, so now when the people from the house of Diddy party allow, hold on, sis, let me ask you the question. I love your responses. When the people from the house of Diddy parties come in and they're the center of attraction and people is, gravitating to them because they seen the shine and caught a chain reaction, and now they go to them and they're like in La La Land. They don't see nothing but the diamonds blinding them. And then now, as the government is saying, they dictate them and order them to do certain things that they normally wouldn't do because they got blinded by the shine. So my question is, should a person be penalized for having a shine that attracted others to him, and then he do what he feel is best for him to elevate to the next level or get the sexual pleasures that he was looking for in Cassie? I think that's a deep conversation if I could get a good answer.
Okay, I'm going to say it like this. He got sexual pleasure in anybody he wanted to get sexual pleasures with. Her, another woman, man, kid, or whatever sexual pleasure he desired, he got it. Okay, he got whatever he wanted by money, because P. Diddy was no cheap man. He was paying.
Okay, pause. So my question is, okay, pause. Let me ask you this. Slow down, sis. You got to listen too. Sis, hold on, sis. I know you're talking.
He had control over her. See, narcissists, that's what they do. They get control over a person. To see what they do, they love bomb them at first and make them fall in love with them. And then after that, they control them. They want to control every move they make and everything they do. They want to control them, everything about their life, And so that's what happened to her. Same thing happened to Kim Porter. Same thing happened to the one before that. And J-Lo, she got a battle before he got this D. Because J-Lo got tired of getting her butt whooped and everything. So somehow, somebody, she got away. She escaped. She escaped after that shooting in that bar. You remember that, right?
With Sean.
She like, you got to let me go. Get me out of here. So thank God she was able to escape. You know what I'm saying? So a lot have to come out where we have proof of it. I agree with you on that. I agree that there's a lot of tapes and stuff that's going to be presented in court that he kept in his home that's going to have to get presented. Because this trial is...
Okay, sis, but listen, sis. Hold on, I got to stop you there. Listen.
5 years.
Shorty don't listen. Huh?
Come and go. It's got so many people.
Okay, listen, sis. The trial is coming out. The prosecutor already said they don't have any freak off tapes from P. Diddy. They said that before the trial started. So take that out. That's one of the...
They said they didn't want to present that in there.
Okay, well, we got 8 weeks. We got 8 weeks.
In there being seen. Oh, but the new lawyers, they're about to pull it up and let it be seen. Okay, so you must ain't been watching all of it because they wanted to prevent that from being seen. Any of them sex tapes and stuff.
No, slow down. See, I'm gonna have to go back to my show because you're not listening for us to have a dialogue. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying, sis. when they was talking about the tape that they was trying to keep out, they was trying to talk about the tape that Cassie turned over, and it was a sex tape. I mean, that hallway tape with him beating up in the hallway. So Diddy wasn't saying he didn't do that. We know he's guilty of sin. We know he violated. And if that was my sister or my friend.
Can I cut you off? But first he said he didn't do it. He said that didn't even happen. And then they got the tape and poured it out. Then when they showed the tape, then he got on there talking about, I'm sorry.
No, we got that. We got that. We got that. He went up there and lied. Listen, I'm with you. I'm with you, sis. Listen.
It didn't happen.
No, listen, sis.
Let me tell you, the security guard, he paid them to get rid of the tape, but they still have it. That's how they was able to get it.
Sis, listen to what I'm saying, man. So listen, please. Oh God, I'm gonna have to get another caller. This is crazy. Listen to what I'm saying. Let me say my statement, and then you could respond to it. And I'm giving you all the time you want to respond. I'm trying to explain to you that the tape that they're talking about is fake. Is the tape from the hallway, because when they put it on CNN, it was chopped up in pieces and it was sped up and slowed down. So he wasn't saying that the tape was no good. He was saying that it was no good to come into the trial because it was chopped up and messed up. And he was saying because he's guilty of sin, he already admitted no whooping her, and he definitely know if the jury see that it's not going to look good. So he was trying to use what they call a technicality to keep that one tape out. They never said that it was another tape. Now we waiting to see it. They just showed something that they showed up there that the jury was like, couldn't even look at. You know what I mean? I don't know if it was pictures or video, but the government has been saying they do not have a tape. All right. Hold on. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. You got something else to say?
I thought you was talking to another caller. I'm sorry. Well, look, I'm just going to cut this conversation short. I just wanted to call in and give my little opinion. And, and I am rooting for Cassie and all the other ones. I'm rooting for the dead, that they said he had something to do with. So I'm just hoping and pray that what was in the dark come to the light.
All right, sis. Thank you. Yo, Unique Mecca Audio, man. Yeah, what's up?
How you feel, my brother? Long time, man.
Yeah. Who this, son?
I'm Jose. I grew up with Boosie, Gangsta Lou, and all of them.
Oh, okay, family. All right.
I was a kid when I used to see you coming down with that white money green BM, wide body.
All right. You know how we do.
And what I'm trying to tell you is like with that situation with Diddy, man, I feel Diddy ain't do none of that, man. He's trying to set the brother up, man.
Why do you feel that way? This lady felt he was guilty. Why would you say that? Let's hear that.
Because me being with Lou and them, I've been around Diddy. I mean, Diddy got his, his funny way and stuff like that, but he ain't grimy like that. You know what I'm saying? He ain't grimy like that. You know what I'm saying? I think they're trying to set him up, because he's a black man with too much power. You know what I'm saying? And you know how that go, man. You know how it is, man. They don't like that. They don't like when you're too powerful. You know what I'm saying? Because you done fed time. And most of the guys that are doing life in prison, some of them ain't really do nothing. They just powerful men. So they don't want them in the way. You know what I'm saying? That when you control people and you powerful, the feds don't like that shit at all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's what I feel they're trying to do him. Because I've been watching the whole case. Like today, they was talking about the message that they had between each other. A lot of the message she was saying that she was telling Diddy she ready for the next week off and all that. How he's forcing her. How he forcing her. You know what I'm saying? She telling Diddy, yo, I want to have a baby by you. Come on, like we from the
not the Shannon Sharp big black baby move.
You know what I'm saying? Like we from Harlem, we from the hood. Women want to secure the bag. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, they might have him for domestic violence, Unique, but that's not no federal case, man. That's a misdemeanor. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They need to send them to the state, and it's a misdemeanor. You know what I mean? For real, like, come on. They need to release this man. Like, come on, they got him in there for nothing.
All right, thank you for sharing, family. All right.
And welcome home, man. I'll see you soon. Yeah. I'm gonna see Boosie and them soon.
All right, you already know. All right, family. All right. Yeah, so the phone numbers is open for you to call, right? The charges against Diddy, we already said it, that he got 1 count of racketeering conspiracy and 2 counts of extra trafficking of force, fraud, or coercion, and 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. Now, so that's the evidence. Now, the prosecution, this is what the prosecution at. In her opening statement, in the opening argument, the prosecutor, Emily Johnson, shout to head off the possible defense that Diddy was having consensual relationship with the women. Now this case is not about a credibility or private sexual preferences. It's about coercive crimes. She said she pointed in particular to allegations that Diddy trafficked Cassie, who is testifying under her nickname, and also to accusations involving another former girlfriend who would testify under the synonym, meaning the AKA Jane Doe. You see how crazy this is? Let's keep it moving. Now, Johnson described the freak-offs or FOs and said that Combs called himself the king. She also detailed several alleged instances of violence, including an alleged rape of Cassie in 2009 episode in which Diddy allegedly threw Cassie to the floor of an SUV and stomped repeatedly on her face, then hid her in a hotel for days to allow the bruises to heal up. Injuries to her heel while she was, monitored by his employees. So they're saying that he whooped her ass, threw her in a hotel room to hide her out so that, nobody wouldn't see her. All right. Right there, she should have left. Ladies, would you have left? That's what I want to know. Yeah, who this? Where you calling from? You're being recorded.
Jersey.
All right. What up?
What's wrong with a little freak off?
What's wrong with a little freak off?
We all been there. No, wild though, but what up though? Everything good?
Yeah, everything good, man. I'm just over here chilling, trying to figure this thing out. But it's like crazy. Like you said, the man is on trial for his ex-life. So I want to see how that's going to play out. Thanks for calling, homie.
No problem.
All right. Yeah. So that's where we at. She also accused Diddy of blackmailing Cassie with a graphic video of her in sexual situations with dozens and dozens of prostitutes. Where are these tapes? Let's get them out here. You're being recorded. Where you calling from?
Florida.
Morning.
Good morning, brother. How you doing?
I'm great. Yourself?
I'm doing great. This case right here is well, first of all, what we all saw in that video was not good, but what they're charging him with is unfounded. I don't see how they're going to get a conviction. I don't think they're going to be able to convince the jury that he is guilty of what they're charging him with. What are your thoughts about that?
How would you view it if they did find him guilty after what you're hearing?
But that's why he has those 2 appellate lawyers on the case right now. He has 2 appellate lawyers as part of his legal team, just in case something foul like that does happen. If it goes to appeal, it's going to get overturned. I mean, what they're charging him with, let me ask you a question. How can you have a one-man RICO?
Yeah, definitely. I've said that. I've never seen that.
Right. And then these other charges, if she's the one that's ordering these escorts and she's paying these escorts and she hasn't been charged, but she's their prime witness, what does that tell you? It tells you that something's a foul.
True. 1 second, 757. Let me finish this call. Go ahead, big brother. I sounds interesting.
Yeah, and then the other thing is...
Wait, hold on. Hold on. Let me bring this dude on. Maybe he got something to say different than what you say. Maybe we get a debate. 1 second. Yo, what up? I'm bringing you in with the new caller. You're being recorded, all right?
Yeah, how you doing?
Yeah. Hold on. Did you hear what the caller just said? He's on the phone. You're both on the phone now. Hello? Yo. Hold up. Yeah, they're talking. You're going to get on? He's talking. We can hear you.
Okay, yeah. I just to call in on it. I just offer my opinion on it and just basically say it's a weird case. I don't think they're going to be able to prove RICO. Just knowing how the RICO statute is charged and the elements that got to be met, I don't think they're going to get there. I think this is going to be more of a domestic violence type case, more so than anything else. And yeah, it's crazy the stuff that he was doing, but I think that any man, we've all been there in some way, shape, or form, and we see what's really going on. You know, she was with it. She was a part of a lot of the stuff that he was doing. So to sit there and say that he was trafficking her, I just don't think they're going to be able to meet the elements with that. So I think the state and the feds, they charged it wrong. And just going back to the Young Thug case, I think that that's a proof example of how they're not going to be able to get there. So that's all. I just really wanted to offer my opinion and tell you that I really like your podcast and following your show.
Thank you, family. I appreciate it. Where you calling from?
I'm calling from Virginia.
What part?
Virginia Beach.
Oh, Virginia Beach. That's where I caught my case at.
Oh.
I went to court in Granby Street, across the street from the Scope.
Yep, that's downtown Norfolk.
Yeah, you already know they gave me life plus 20 there. But
yeah, man, I salute you, bro. Like, you're doing good work, man. You came out and turned it around, so I definitely salute you on that.
I appreciate that. Salute.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Yo, you're being recorded. Where you calling from?
I'm calling from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. How you doing, brother?
What up, family?
I'm chilling.
So what you got to say about the Cassie Diddy thing?
What I think that was going on in this case, even though it's on trial now and everybody's going over their opinions of it, what I think was happening is like when that tape came out about and everybody saw that graphic video, which no man should be hitting a woman. But when it came out and said that case was not going to be tried because of the statute of limitations, statute was up and he couldn't be charged in the state. And then when Homeland Security got involved, when they came and did a search warrant, I kind of knew that they was going to coerce something against him to try to gain some kind of evidence against him or get some type of witness against him because, since 2005, I've been having a Twitter card that's dealing with Homeland Security and the Coast Guard to work in the industrial plant. I never, ever in my life seen Homeland Security activate on anything. And I've seen a lot of stuff happening inside these facilities. They never came as hard as they came to Diddy. So I just think that was some type of let me get back at you type of deal from the federal government. That's what I think.
All right. Thank you for sharing, family. I appreciate that. Where you calling from?
Calling from Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge in the house. All right. Thank you, family. All right. So that's where we at, man. Y'all let me know. We talked to Virginia, talking Baton Rouge, to make sure we get everybody need to be got. Now, right? Do y'all think from the evidence you heard so far, this to DQ up there, right? I think Cassie was a willing participant in the freak-offs. He's guilty of abusing her for sure. But do you think he's guilty of this RICO they're talking about? Put it in the comments. Let me know. Give me a phone call. Let us know. Let's ride. All right. So now Johnson described the freak-offs as FOs and said that Combs called himself the king. She also detailed several alleged instances of violence, including an alleged rape of Cassie in 2009. Just read that. You know what I mean? This is Malone. All right. Malone, I'm doing a live right now. You got something to say about Diddy and Cassie?
I can. That's not what I told you.
But we can't talk personal now because I'm doing a live. You're on the air live. I'm letting you know ahead of time. You want to call back?
I can say something about that.
What you think about that? About Cassie and Diddy so far from what you see about the trial? Do you feel that he's getting guilty, innocent? What's up?
I think he's going to get away with it because they're not charging him right. And I think the only way they can get him is on pimping. They have nothing else because on the pimping, all these women, they not like his girlfriends no more. They like subjects to him. And he's using them just like they did my cousin, Iceberg Slim. And that would look like that's the only thing they could get him on, but they not really, they got the statues of pimping, but they not going at
any help with that. So you might get away with this. Regardless if you did or
All
not.
right. So we're going to see how it play out in 8 weeks. I'll call you after the show. All right, family?
Yes, sir. Take
All
it
right.
well.
Yeah. Yo, what up? You're being recorded. Where you calling from?
Yo, Nick, what's good, baby? I'm calling from Brooklyn, New York, baby.
BK.
You know that shit.
What up?
Hey, yo, quick question. Why is they made her feel like, why is she...
Turn your TV down. Turn your TV down, family, so I can hear you. Yeah, turn the TV
Cut
down.
the TV down. Hold on, I gotta get my girl to cut the TV down real quick.
All right. Yeah, so that's where we at right now, right? So, all right, go ahead, family. Yeah.
Hey, yo, my question is, before I forget, because, you know, I'm feeling a little nice.
Mhm.
Yo, they made her feel like, why, if she was with it, why would they jury make her feel like she had to do what she had to do? Was it because of the 30 mil?
20 mil. She only took 20. We always saying it was 100. I'm gonna talk on that.
But if she was sitting there acting like she was willing, if she was a willing participant, what made the jury feel like they had to make her come in there and switch sides like that? Was it the 20 mil?
Nah, so she don't get charged. You know they threatened her that they was gonna charge her.
Oh, they threatened that, bro.
She would have been a co-defendant for hiring the people. Everything she said she did, she would have been found. You know, they would have been able to take her to trial for it because it's against the law.
Oh, got you. All right, that's
She testified more like a co-defendant than a witness.
Oh, got you. All right, yo, I was just calling in and just hear my shit.
Yeah, because see, it's like if you notice, she's calling the people, she's booking the hotels, she's using disguise, she's using fake names. So that's a crime to use a different name. You understand?
Yeah,
even if it's a misdemeanor. No, but they used all that to get her to testify, to let her know we're gonna burn that ass if you don't slow it down and get on our side. You know what I mean? That's all it is. You know what I mean? Anybody disagree with that, put in the comments. We here. You know what I mean? I speak facts. I've been through it, so I know the games they play. Yo, we got 1,400 people in a joint, man. I'm gonna hit the intro. Put the like thing up there. Take down whatever's up there. Y'all need to hit that like button. Know to hit that like button.
Hit that like and subscribe and ring that bell. You heard? And let me get a rat bastards for these
rat bastards. You know we can't stand the flip flop wearing rat bastards. We don't do that over here at the Mecca, man. You know? Hey y'all. Hey y'all.
Yo, unique, man. You'll be good, man.
All right, family. All right, y'all. I'm gonna let the intro play. Give y'all a chance to take a quick break because we going on with part 2. We've been on here 30 minutes. We got 1,500 people in the back. We need to get the likes up. Let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up. All right. All right. All right, so we back now. This is how we doing it, man. We back, we riding, you know what I mean? We at the Mecca, so you seeing how we do it on a Thursday evening. Where we going tonight? Yo, tomorrow night, right? Yeah, and definitely, like they said, please, you know, watch your language when we bring you up, because we ain't trying to get demonetized. They do anything to take $1 from a dude. Now, check. Tomorrow night, they got a joint coming on. Tomorrow night, Preem got a party down there, and Corey from Jersey, they got a party on 145th and Riverside down in the park that be banging. Make sure you go check out Preem and them so you see what time it is. All right, let's go. Now, let me finish reading this joint here so we can get back to where we at. All right. Now, there's too much noise in the background, so that's why I'll be having to turn off certain things, you know? Let's go. All right, so we got that. She also accused Diddy of blackmailing Cassie with graphic videos of her sexual situations and dozens of videos, but no tapes popped up. According to Johnson, Jane met Combs in 2020, and he soon introduced her to his freak-offs. Now, Damn, so that only happened a couple of years. I thought that was happening from back in the 16th. Okay, let's get it right. Jane allegedly, okay, Diddy allegedly held financial control over her. Now, you hear that word financial control. Let me tell you something that I learned when I was in prison, because I took 3,500 hours of psychological training to find out why I was screwed up and couldn't even tell on my dead brother, and why even if a rat bastard say something about me, if it's not worth taking his life, it's not worth responding. You understand what I'm saying? Now, let's keep it moving, right? Because this is a gangster channel. For those of you that want to know about being a gangster and hopefully refrain from wanting to be a gangster, because I don't want you sitting in nobody's prison for 26.5 years to realize that being a gangster is not the way to go. All right? But we talking to you, and I have to talk this gangster talk because I'm talking to the young and elder gangsters that's trying to figure it out. Now, the number's on the screen if you want to call in. But that financial, control, I learned in the class that I took in psychology called domestic violence. Do you know that financial controlling the bag from your woman, giving her what you want to give her, this and that, and you living with her and that's your woman, that's considered as abuse. That's abuse. Financial control is abuse. That's the way they label it now. If you told your girl, you can't go to church on 2nd Avenue because the pastor trying to knock your boots, so you got to go to church over on 5th Avenue where they got a female speaking. You know what I mean? And then he find out that the female trying to get with his wife as well as the pastor in the other church. So now he pull out and say you can't go to church at all. That's abuse. You can't dictate anyone's actions. Did y'all understand that? See, I give y'all jewels here. Yeah, you're being recorded where you calling from. What's your name? This is about Diddy and Cassie. Keep it moving.
Yeah. Thanks, Unique. My name is Jay, calling from Newark. Just calling in on what you were saying about holding the bag from your woman is abuse.
Yeah,
man, we all going to jail for that.
Exactly. Hey, they call that. Listen, they labeled that for real. On a serious note, they labeled that domestic violence. If you tell your girl what to wear, dude might say, nah, you ain't wearing it out there. Your cheeks all out, your breasts is all out, you're showing too much cleavage. They call that domestic violence because you shouldn't be able to control any part of another human being, whether it's the finances, it's what church they go to, and you see how they broke it down to the molecule, and you don't even know it until you're sitting in court wondering what the hell happened.
No, I hear what you're saying, and listen, everything so far, it looks like it's consensual. My man released the BlackBerry text from her saying she's ready for the freak off. Come on now.
Yeah, that's hard right there. Yo, you ladies against Diddy, put up there. What do you think about them releasing that tape that he's talking about with her saying, yeah, I'm ready for the freak off. Come put it here, put it there. I want to choke here, suck there, lick there. And now I'm a victim. Somebody explain this to me. That's what I thought. All right. Thanks for the call, big homie.
All right, thank you.
All right, you know what it is. The number's on the screen. Let's get this thing moving. So now, Johnson also referenced another episode in which Diddy allegedly sexually assaulted one of his employees. Now, this is what the defense attorney said. We're going to get to the defense attorney. The number's on the screen. Right? Said in her opening statement, Diddy's defense attorney, Tenny Garogos, said that Combs was a jerk and mean, that he has a bad temper and issues with drug use. We're going to get into that. This Maryland calling. Yo, you're online and you recorded. What up?
What's up, man? Hey, man. Hey, shout out to you, man. We way over Maryland, man. I just want to shout out to you, man. Salute to you, man. You doing your thing, man. I be watching your shit all the time, man. Keep doing what you're doing, man.
All right.
All right, then, man. All right, then, man. Hey, fuck all the rat bastards out there, man. Shout out to Unique, man. You doing his thing, man. Yeah, man. Unique, the real one's home, man. Yeah.
All right. Let's go. Let's keep it moving. Where you calling from your name? All right.
Yeah, I'm calling from Cleveland, Ohio, bro.
All right. What's up, family?
What's up, man? I just tapped in and seen your podcast and stuff like that. And with the Diddy situation, I mean, I got a little something to say about it. Like, I've been go Diddy for real.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, them trafficking charges is something else, bro.
Mm.
Like, I've been looking at stuff, and it's like, even if it's consensual, like if you dealing with a female and it's consensual, and you're in a situation where, look, we gonna go out somewhere, Florida, wherever, a different state, and go out and kick it and have some fun. And if she had sex, that's still considered sex trafficking.
Oh,
even
yes.
if it's consensual. That's his biggest problem, because it's like, even if he beat everything else, you can't beat that.
Mm.
Like, and I mean, that's a couple of decades just off that.
Yeah.
Like, forget all the other stuff, forget all the testimonies and this and that. At the end of the day, they gonna be like, look, they travel state to state, and it was an agreement or understanding where they gonna go out and boom. And if he flew her out and took her out, and they had sex with other people over state lines, even if it's consensual, that is still a crime.
Mm.
How can you beat that?
All right, hold up. I want to take a ride with him real quick, right? Sorry to cut you off, but I'm in the mood for a ride right here, right? I like this statement right here, right? You see right here where they say Cassie turned Diddy out. You see that in real time out there? Huh?
No doubt.
All right, well, I'm going to give you one, homie. I'm going to give you one, you know, so you understand. I got a homie that I was locked up with back in like 1982, right? And this was during the freebase era after we was coming from this, you know, what's that? Plato's Retreat downtown, Studio 54, Stardust Ballroom, Empire Skating Rink. I'm talking about back in those days because I'm 61. Now, we go up in that joint and I meet a dude from Harlem in the joint over in Jersey. And when I meet him over in Jersey in the joint, we get out and we got these big plans to take over New York City. He go do his thing. He blowing up with his partner. I'm doing my thing. I'm blowing up. Next thing I know, I see his partner got 3 Cadillacs and he ain't got none, but he got this bad young red girl with freckles on her face. Gorgeous chick, gorgeous. But he dealing with her and he just couldn't get over the hump. So I asked his partner that I met through him, why homie ain't getting over the hump? He said, because the pretty girl with the freckles, the young girl, well, she turned him out, brought another girl in the bedroom. When she brought the other girl in the bedroom, right? I had to hang up, too much noise coming in. When she brought the other girl in the bedroom, he joined in that, and then she introduced him to the free base and turned the pipe to his lips. He sucked the glass for too long and got turned out. But just so you know, I say that because they say Cassie turned Diddy out. Do you feel that way? Y'all put in the comments. What up, homie?
Yeah, you ain't got disconnected.
Yeah, nah, it hung up because you was making a lot of noise in the back. But I just wanted to share that story, how they say Cassie turned Diddy out and how I know a young girl that turned my man out by, you know, bringing another girl in the bed with him and then using that to entice him by telling him he could pleasure them more if he hit the free base.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, like, this is looking real ugly for him because they got him set up where even if he beat everything that he think he gonna beat, that sex trafficking charge,
yeah,
they know that's gonna stick.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's just like, look, that's just like I'm driving down the street and boom, I see a chick or whatever and pick her up or whatever, and she like, hey, can you give me a ride to like I say, I'm from Cleveland, so say she gets there. She's anywhere, say Detroit, New York, wherever. She want to ride this and that. She's stripping or whatever. She trying to make some money.
Mm-hmm.
And she like, I got a couple of dollars for you or whatever. You know, I can look out for you, this and that. And if I give her a ride, once I cross them state lines, and if she go out there and do any type of sexual act or something like that, now all of a sudden, they can hit me with a sex trafficking act. Because I crossed state lines with a chick, knowing that she gonna strip or whatever. You know how the game go. But at the end of the day, I could be put in the whole trick bag now.
Because she's a hoe.
Trying to help somebody out and just maneuvering.
And she's
that's
a hoe.
how they got him.
All right. That's crazy. What do y'all think about that? Put it in the comments. All right, good looking caller.
No doubt.
All right. Damn good point. I like that. You know what I mean? Now, Gora's called, oh, I didn't finish reading that, but she also acknowledged that, she also acknowledged that he had episodes of domestic violence and assault in toxic relationships, but she argued none of those were what the government had indicted Combs for, and that all of his relationships were consensual. So she's saying, we know he's a freak, he beat women, he do everything under the sun that a black man is accused of. He's guilty of that, but that's not what he's being charged with. Now, she also acknowledged that there, we had Gorio's, she said dozens of civil lawsuits filed against Combs, money grabs. He said all those lawsuits are money grabs. Why aren't those lawsuits in the criminal court? You know what they should do? Before you could go to criminal civil court to sue for the money, you should have to prove it in criminal court, and then you have the trial for the money. But now they got it the reverse, and that's what the problem is. Cassie, who is now 38, was with Diddy for 10 years. I thought it was 15. I guess they downplaying it because it's Cassie time. You know what I mean? Now, lawyers for Diddy have argued that the sex acts were consensual, but Cassie repeatedly stated otherwise. Hold on. Yeah, you're being recorded. Where you calling from? Your name. Let's keep it moving.
Hi, Tracy. I'm calling from Detroit.
Talk to us, Trace.
So the reason I think that Diddy might be found guilty is because he has an organization of people who helped him. So he's not doing things solo and by himself. And I think that's why the prosecutors went to him with the RICO. Because he's not alone.
Could I ask you a question?
Sure.
Okay. Who are those 5 people? Who are those people? I'm just asking.
Oh, well, I didn't say 5. I said he has a group of people.
Okay, who is the group?
So,
no, the reason why I said 5 is because for the RICO, it has to be 5. So I'm just asking, who is the group?
It has to be 5.
Yeah,
okay.
so that's why I put a number.
I'm going to guess. Well, so I'm going to guess there's several people. I'm going to guess that it's probably one of his assistants.
What's their name?
Well, they haven't gotten there yet.
Okay,
So
but there you go. There you go.
Yeah, we haven't gotten there yet. We're on day 4, but I'm gonna guess, and not to speak for the prosecutors, but they have to have something, right? Like, I don't think that they would jump out the window and indict a billionaire without having some type of cause.
Okay, so from what you've seen so far, do you feel that they have some type of cause? In your words.
I do. And I'm assuming, right? But,
yeah, I mean, you have the floor to speak. I'm not defending him, not defending her. I want the people to speak how they feel so that they can hear these different opinions.
Right. So in my opinion, as a billionaire, of course, he has resources. He has other people to rely on to book flights. If she were to try to leave, she said that security would bring her back, things like that. So yes, I think that he does have the type of resources in which, and the prosecution is going to show that he has that. He has a reach, and we even saw that with R. Kelly, where he had Chicago PD on his payroll and things like that. And so I think that we're just so early on that it's difficult to guess, but I know broke men who have that type of resource. I know broke guys.
Have you dated any?
No. So I'm sensitive. I can't.
You sensitive, or you allergic to a broke dude? She's allergic to broke dudes.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna tell you both. I'm allergic to broke and abusive. Totally allergic. I can't take it. So I can't. Yeah, that's not my Steve. I can't do that. But some women can. I used to be a domestic violence counselor. So
go back.
Women.
Yeah. No, I'm telling you to go back to that comment. I want to speak on the law school made a comment. Okay, yeah. All right, go ahead. When you're finished, go ahead. Excuse me.
Oh no, that was it.
All right, I want to speak on this. Right, the law student, real good subscriber family. He said, if people book flights, they work for him, and he instructed them to do so. Exactly. You already know the law. That's why you're a law student in Cali. But check it out. But the thing is, they broke the law too. So they should be sitting on the stand. Why is it that everyone broke the law, got a deal to testify, and there's no one that broke the law? Like, so what is it if you're letting 100 people break the law, you're letting all your witnesses break the law to convict this one man? Somebody explain that to me. But you're 100% right. If they booked the flights, they took orders, they worked for them. End the story. And they should be punished too. But they're getting a deal to testify in the manner they need to testify in order to get a conviction. Just want to give it to you real the way it is, not to pick sides. I mean, the justice system is great if it's, operated fairly. And we're going to see at the end of this trial if it's operated fairly or not. I've been saying from day one for everybody to let the evidence come out and let the chips lay where they lay. Don't run with the social media making up that he did this with kids, ate cherries out of a 9-year-old. They say all kinds of crazy stuff. All right. Thank you, sis. My man calling. Hold on. All right. Where you calling from, caller?
Hi, my name is Tracy, and I'm calling from St. Petersburg, Florida.
Oh, I'm going to be down there in June. I'm coming to see my man Jed in June. It was a surprise. Yeah. You know Jed?
Yeah, I know Jed.
Yeah, that's my brother. I'm coming out to spend some time with him in June. Him and Ravorius and all of them. His nephews. Me and Ravorius, I love him. Good dude.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but go ahead, sis. My bag. I'm over here reminiscing with my family. Go ahead.
Oh, that's okay. I just wanted to call and say that this whole Diddy trial is just when R. Kelly was on trial. I covered the R. Kelly trial, and R. Kelly was the blueprint. And we kept saying while we were covering the R. Kelly trial is that these celebrities need to pay attention because this is the blueprint. And they got R. Kelly, and they are basically doing the exact same thing to Diddy that they did to R. Kelly. And everything that you said is true. All these people that are testifying, they're part of the enterprise.
Mm-hmm.
They've been given immunity to come in and testify.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what people aren't paying attention to. And so, unfortunately, I believe that Diddy will be found guilty, just like R. Kelly was found guilty. And they're probably already preparing for the next person that they're about to bring down because it's all a money grab. And so what really needs to happen is that people need to start fighting to repeal the Mann Act, because the Mann Act is part of the, Title 12 or Title 18? I'm sorry, but it's the sex codes for these federal cases. And the Mann Act is basically an outdated law that's over 100 years old, that was actually created to keep white women from becoming prostitutes when the West was being built, because they were bringing in the former slaves, they were bringing in people from south of the border to build California and Nevada and all of that. And so they didn't want white women becoming prostitutes and sleeping with these men of color. And so they would bring in other women to, to service them while they were working and whatnot. And so it was a senator whose last name is Mann who created this act that made it illegal to travel across state lines. And so we hear about famous black men being convicted, like Chubby Checker, Jack Johnson, all of them, but more white men have been convicted of the Mann Act than black men. But they just get the black celebrities on it because it's so easy to prove. But everything they're doing to Diddy, they did to R. Kelly. And they need to pay attention. All these celebrities need to pay attention because they're going to come for them and they're going to take all their wealth. And that's all it is a money grab.
And it's crazy. I'm sure somebody told Diddy that, they're going to come for you, and he laughed at it and think that he got it like that because he's protected by the Teflon robe, and then they took that Teflon off of him, and now he's out there like one of us. Free game. Free pick, as we say in prison.
Exactly.
All right. Thank you, sis. Let me get back to this. All right?
Bye-bye.
All right. And I got the hang of this live, right? But I'm a little disappointed that my likes ain't up. I'm not getting no super chats. I did that. But I'm not getting the likes. So we going to play the outro. I'm coming right back. We going to get the likes up. Everybody hit the like button. Okay, now this is supposed to be whack in 100 Entertainment. I spoke to Diddy and his lawyer. We're trying to work out a plea that will get him released. I know some people that know some people. Now, if that's whack, you already know. I know whack knows some people that know some people. You know what I mean? Hey, Wack, call in real quick and let us know what's happening so we can hear firsthand from you, because I know you know if that's really you. What's up, family? Turn your TV down. Yo. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam rahmatullah. All right. You're being recorded. What's up? What's up with you, Diddy, Cassie, verse? Let's go. All right, let me get back to the show. I don't slow this down because I try and look as professional as possible, even though I might be as dumb as a bag of rocks. Let the rat bastards tell it. All right, now let's go. Where we at? Okay, so we over here. See, I'm all over the place, right? So she detailed Diddy's alleged what the heck? Organization as the she described Diddy's freak off as down to dictating the this is what she said. Cassie said that he dictated down to the color of her nails, white or white French tips, and which sex acts she performed, demanding she reapply baby oil every 5 minutes until she was glistening, and paying male prostitute. That means he's saying Cassie Ashley is a bag of rocks, man. Y'all believe Cassie Ashley like that? She needed to lubing up every minute like that? Y'all think Cassie Ashley like that? He said she had to earl up every 10 minutes till she was glistening.
3, 4.
You know what I mean? Tried to call you back, homie. Let's keep it moving. Witness number 1, current LAPD Officer Flores testimony. Flores described an incident that took place Diddy on March 5th, 2016 at the hotel. He stated he responded, saw them arguing, and told them they had to go back in the room. He claims Diddy handed him a stack of money and told him not to tell anyone what he had saw. Now, if he took that money back in 2016 and he's just cooperating now, don't that mean that they could get that ass on some charges? So that's why he's 9 times out of 10 up there allegedly testifying. Let's keep this moving. Yo, I keep the show moving, man. What's up? We're going to talk quick. Keep it moving. You're on the air. Where you calling from? Yo,
Hello.
what's up? Assalamu alaikum. See, this is what I don't do, right? He's still on the line. I don't call and hold my show up while y'all decide what y'all want to do. No disrespect. Let's keep this thing moving because we got thousands of people. We got over 2,000 people watching now, and we don't need to stop while you figure out how to use your phone. No disrespect. Let's keep it moving. He also stated that Cassie wanted her bag and phone, right? Oh, okay. He claims Diddy handed him a stack of money and told him say he didn't see what he saw. He also stated that Cassie wanted her bag and phone so she could leave, but Diddy told her she wasn't going anywhere. And you as an officer allowed him to stop her from going where she wanted to go because he handed you a stack of money, Mr. Flores. Is that what you're saying on this stand to our people today of the jury? And that's why I get Flores. You took this bag and you allowed him to kidnap her, so that means that you really is co-defendant. So is that why you in here testifying, Mr. Flores? Because you really Diddy's co-defendant because you took the bag and you held Cassie against so well for Diddy? Somebody tell me I'm not the next Johnny Cochran on YouTube. Gunshots. All right, let's keep it moving. That's why the rat bastards hate me. They can't create content, so they try to find a way to use my name to get views. But we having fun. Now, he said that he saw... he said also stated that Cassie wanted her bag and phone. We know he stopped it. He said that he saw inside the room and witnessed Diddy was there wearing dark clothing and holding a wad of money. He told him to come in and told him not to tell anyone. So again, you walk in the room, take a wad of money. You a co-defendant. You're a conspirator. You was bribed, if that's true. And you're an officer, Mr. Flores. And you are an officer, aren't you? You see how fly I break this down? They need to get me to courtroom. They playing game. Let's ride. Let's ride. I'm in the mood. All right. Now, he said that he saw inside the room. He denied that. He denied the bribe. Told him he didn't want his money and just go back in his room. So you let the crime go, right? That's why I say you ain't take no money. You let the crime go unpunished, but yet you ain't do nothing wrong. Where you calling from? Look like DC name. Keep it going. You record it.
Yeah, man. City Beach, Washington, D.C.
All right. Shout out to Larry Moe.
Hey, listen, man. I understand why Diddy's standing up for real, right? Because seriously, they use the RICO on him right now, right? They gonna use the RICO on anything. And you know, through the 90s, they started using the RICO on all type of drug charges and things like that. Now they're using the RICO on sex charges. If this man don't stand up, it's never gonna end. Right now, he a freaky nigga. Excuse my language.
Yeah, watch the language. Yeah, we know that much.
He freaky, right? And everything I heard so far is about his freakiness. You know, so that's it. Nothing criminal yet. You know, if they charge this man with abuse or something like that, yeah, I can see that. But a RICO act, we know what RICO is. You know what I'm saying? Being from the streets. It's not it. It's not it. As black people, man, we got to stand up for real, man, because they doing everything that's dirty against us. And I'm not saying, you know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm from the streets, man. The streets right now, man, this nigga, he's just freaked out. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. You know what I'm saying? And, man, I'm all the way black, pro-black every day, all day. Man, seriously, man, we going against each other, man. And they just using us. Because the first witness was what? A brother. The second witness was a sister. You know what I'm saying? It's like we just turn each other down, but no reason. You know, I look at Diddy. I'm from DC, so I look at Diddy. I know the good things he did in DC. I know the good things he did up New York. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, if the man is 80% good and 20% bad, you know what I'm saying? I can live with that because it's people on the street that's 90% bad and 10% good, and they not on trial right now. So, man, listen, we got to stop tearing each other down, man, build each other up. You know, I'm down here in DC too, Slim. So listen, if you need some shoes, man, it's City Beats, man. DC, man, I got you.
All right, text it to me. Text it when you get off right now, because I'm coming to DC next week. I'm going to in June. I'm driving up from Miami. I'm gonna hit all my homies in different states. I gotta come check Antone White, Bonaparte, ER, the whole family down there, man. Larry Mola. You know?
All right. Text you right there.
Yeah, text it now. All right, family. All right. Now, so that's where we at, right? So, okay, sex trafficking is traveling across state lines. Racketeering is using your power and money to get people to carry out tasks on your behalf. Exactly. Hold up. Texas in the house. Where you calling from? You know you're being recorded.
Calling from Houston.
Oh, shit. Houston in the house. Gunshots. Go ahead, sis.
I'm calling in because this is really a spiritual warfare situation. If you look at this picture of Cassie, this is not a photo of her when she first entered into the relationship with Diddy. Now, if you take a good look, and I'm speaking on because I've been in a narcissistic relationship. Situationship is what they call. And it's all about competition. And Cassie felt like she had to play that role, and she was willing to play that role to the death of her.
So that was her choice, you're saying?
It was a choice, but when you're in a spiritual narcissistic situation, because these are demons you're dealing with.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, so if you're in a spiritual narcissistic situation, like you're saying, and you make the wrong choice, you get a pass for that because the person is a narcissist. I'm just asking a question.
No, because at some point, if you don't recognize that man or woman is a narcissist, in the beginning, sometime down the line, I don't think it takes 10 years to figure that out, because God is not going to leave you ignorant to nothing. He always leave you an exit way out. But it's up to that person to see what it is, because once you see it, you can't unsee it. You cannot unsee that. And being with a person such as Diddy lost his soul a long time ago. He lost it a long time ago.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you the same thing I ask everybody. Why did you say that?
I say that because I'm relating back to the word. And God don't lie about nothing. He said the eyes is the wonder
To the soul. So you're saying you looked in his eyes and you see that he's whatever you say he is.
See, this is how God communicates, is through the eyes of every woman and man walking around creation.
We understand that.
So the person's eyes tell you everything you need to know.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. But it depends on the interpreter of the eyes to know if what you think you know is accurate or not. Am I right or wrong?
Well, if you God's child, he's gonna show you a way out.
So you're saying God ain't got no dumbass kids, because we all know I got some dumbass friends, you know?
He said my people perish for lack of knowledge. And you have to give God the up and up. You have to give him all the praise. And this is just a time in Diddy's life. He's being exposed for all the things that he has done, been working for Satan.
Okay.
And he's understanding it. He's understanding it. But he's stuck in between. He's stuck in between. But this is a time because, narcissists love attention. And they'll do anything to get it. And they don't have relationships. They have situationships. So they never in love or love. They don't know nothing about this.
So you're saying you was in a good situationship and you enjoyed your situationship you in, but now she shouldn't have been in it.
When you first meet a person, you meet them thinking the best of a person. If you
and then you find out that they bring you into a situationship.
Yeah, once God exposes it to you, that's telling you that he don't want you with a person.
Okay, so if you decide to stay with that person for a decade or 15 years later, who's at fault? That person or you for not walking away?
That person is at fault because when you with a narcissist, if your situation was decent and good before you met that person, when you get with that person, everything around you is going to start falling down.
Hey, I'm going to say this. Let me ride, right? Give me a second. Let me ride. I want to tell this one, right? Let me even bring a different screen up here. I'm going to ride. That's like, I got friends that I called them and say, hey, I'm getting ready to come over. But, meet me uptown, meet me here, meet me there. Then when I go pick them up, they got the nastiest attitude from their walking to the car before the door is even open. I got to tell them, stop. Don't bring that negative energy in my car or around me. Huh, what you talking about? What you talking about? And that's when I just say,
that's it.
And pull off.
They will bogart on you. They will interfere in your life.
Exactly.
You get into a relationship, man or woman, and I'm telling it wherever I go, because God didn't wake me up for me to, keep it to myself. And I have been trying to talk to other people concerning that situation. I mean, if you got a relationship with God, I don't care where you go, who you encounter, God gonna expose that person to you.
Yeah.
So that keep you from fumbling in life. They keep you from getting with the wrong person. God don't look at the outside; He looks at the inside. And if you have to get value from man or woman, you don't love yourself. And see, that's where the enemy comes in. He knows everybody that don't love himself. He knows a little. He don't know what God knows. And I say all the time, everybody walking around here is not human. They are not human. They look like me and you, but that spirit, if God was to just remove the veil for a second to you at some point and show you what that person look like in front of you, once you see that, you can't unsee it. It changes your whole lifestyle. It changes your mindset.
All right. Let me answer this call. Thank you, sis. All right. Caller, you're being recorded. Turn your TV down. Let's keep it moving.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm calling to give my opinion that should happen to that McCaffrey, the Walmart employee.
Mm-hmm.
He should be charged with something
Walmart shouldn't pay nothing less than $1 million.
What the heck that got to do with the Diddy case?
Oh no, I was calling on the 6-year-old girl that shot the officer in the eye. I was watching that on this podcast.
That's old, son. And then I think they said that it was a AI story or something. But thank you. But we're talking about Diddy and Cassie right now. What do you think about the Diddy and Cassie?
I didn't see Diddy and Cassie.
No, I'm on live right now. You on live right now. That's why I told you being recorded. What do you think about the Diddy and Cassie trial from what you've seen so far?
The Diddy and Cassie, from what I'm seeing, is just a bad thing, man. With her testimony against Diddy, man, it ain't gonna be good for him. It ain't gonna be good for him. That's what I can see on that thing. That ain't gonna be good for him. If he get out of it, it'd be good for him. But it don't look good now with her testimony. You know, and then that video of how he handled her in the hallway of that hotel and thing. That's not. The deck is stacked against him. Put it like that. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, family. Appreciate that.
All right. Take care.
All right. Let's get this number on the screen so we can see what's going on and get this thing popping. All right. 41. Didn't hit that. This one was calling. Let's see if they answer. But that's where we have to go. He said he saw inside the room. Okay. He also said that he denied, the bribe. He also, but yet he didn't report the crime, but he denied the bribe. Do y'all believe that he denied the bribe? Talking about the officer at the hotel. Y'all.
Yo, this is Malcolm City Beast.
Yeah. What up, son? I'm returning the call.
Oh yeah, no, I was in pocket down. I just called about a few minutes ago.
All right. So now that's where we at, so y'all understand, right? So he's saying he gave back the bribe. Yeah, he didn't take the bribe, but he didn't report the bribe. So is that a crime? Should he have been charged? What do you think? Y'all put in the comments. I need to get these callers in before I tap out this. I got things to do. So he goes, he did not work the next 2 days after the incident. And when he came back, the video was gone. Do you think he didn't work for the next 2 days after the incident because the wad of money that Diddy gave him that he allegedly didn't take or allegedly took was so much that he went on a vacation and he had to go spend time digging up a hole in the backyard to bury it? Yeah. Where you calling from? You being recorded, son?
What's going on, Mecca?
Everything good. What up?
Man, P. Diddy getting railroaded like every other black man in America. You know it and I know it.
I don't voice my opinion. That's for y'all to share yours. Let's keep it moving. What do you think? I mean, you heard what Cassie said. You heard what the male escort said. What do you think? Cassie said that Diddy would give the dudes Viagra if they didn't perform. I say that they should have asked, Cassie, well, what did you give them when they didn't perform? Mouth to mouth, head to head? I mean, what's going on here? Don't act like you didn't do nothing. You know what I mean? She up there looking innocent, trying to speak innocent, but still letting out enough freak details to convict him. And her husband's in the stand, her husband watching. He's like, whoa, I didn't know you did all that. Why you wouldn't let me pee on you? I mean, what the hell? You another man and peed on you. Now you in here with me and I can't piss on you, but you telling me you love me and you gave me 3 kids when you got this dude who's supposed to be a side dude urinating on you. Let me ask y'all a question. Do you think Diddy and Cassie would get together if Diddy beat this case? You think Diddy and Cassie would rekindle their relationship if Diddy beat this case? That's a topic I need y'all to speak on. What do you think about her husband leaving the court? Man, I don't think the husband should have went in there in the first place. What did you expect to hear? What did you expect to hear? That his wife was, wait till one of the escorts get up there and unique Mecca audio gets to question him. I get the right escort up there and he talk about, I was paid to have sex with Cassie and let her allow oral sex on me. And I didn't really want it. And they poisoned me and they drugged me and made me let Cassie give me head. If I was the lawyer, I'll ask him one question. Was it any good, my trigger? How was Cassie's head game? This is what the people want to know. You know what I mean? What was the best position with Cassie? The back, the dog, the cat style, the frog style? Tell us something you understand, man. You're going in history right now. Right or wrong? Somebody let me know, man. Put it in the comments. Because I don't get this for the life of me. They get her up there and they scared to ask her the tough questions that they would ask anybody else that was going in there making these allegations. Bottom line, did you like it? Did you give him Viagra when he couldn't get it up? What did you do? When you were choking out on him, how far down your throat did he take it? How far did Diddy tell you to take it? Did Diddy tell you to take it further than you wanted to go, and that's why you're saying he forced you? Because he made you go further than you wanted to go? Tell the truth. If you tell the truth right now, Ms. Ventura, if you don't have a chance to speak about it, I want to know right now, number the truth, number the truth. Somebody turn the bright lights on a little bit higher. Because she hot right now. You know what I mean? They can't put me in there. I sat there doing my trial, and I done said, I got to learn this gig here because these lawyers right here, yo, I got a co-defendant. I'm a ride. I got to admit, I just took that line from my co-defendant, right? I got a crazy co-defendant, right? You know, he pled guilty to 6 life sentences and not get the death penalty, right? So he goes in there and he tells the judge, yo, I want to be my own lawyer. You know what I mean? And everybody have the right to do their own representation. They want to do their own representation. But my man said, I want to be my own lawyer. I want to represent myself. So they said, well, how could you represent yourself any different? And he said, I just want to go in there and I want to be able to ask the witnesses the questions that I feel need to be asked. Be like, what do you feel need to be asked? And then he goes, you know, I was messing with Sherry and, you know, she left me for Kenny. And I just wanted to know who screwed her better, me or Kenny? Why did you leave me? Kenny had more money or more back? Or more balls, you know? And I'm like, dog, you can't go in there and ask that. He said, Joe, they're going to kill me anyway. I can ask what I want to call. I might as well go out with a bang. Welcome to the criminal world. That's why I say don't get involved in crime. Thank you for the donation of view from Tracy's point. You know what I mean? Appreciate it. See, need somebody know that the game is be sold, not told, and represent and respect how this movement go. At least, man, we're going to get the like button before I go out, man. Get the like button. Get the like button, all right? We're going to get the like button. I'm coming back. I'm gonna play the intro, I'm gonna play the outro to give you a chance to get the like button up, man. Hit the like button, subscribe, check my daughter's channel, Juanita Mecca Audio. Right now, hit that like button.
Cheers, cheers, the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
Fresh out the can of 26, heat back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Real. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, Mecca Audio.
Hit that like button. All right, so let's get back. I just wanted to take a break, man, because I'm getting ready to tap out. Because I don't think y'all really understand the mechanics of how this thing go. But man, you know what? I'm out of here. All right, so now we got some questions. Get some of these questions up here, man. You know, we're going to knock this out, and then I'm out of here. My sister said answer these questions, so let's go and see where we at. All right, my sons are good and raised law students. Raised 2 successful black men with their father. That's what I'm talking about. Round of applause to you, Lord. Round of applause to law students. Thank you, thank you. Anytime you injecting positivity in our community that deserves a round of applause. And that's why we do over here at Unique Mecca Audio, to wake up the deaf, dumb, and blind so they understand what time it is. It's not to belittle anybody. I mean, we're going to leave it up to the justice system to let it play out. We're hearing the evidence play by play so we know what time it is. So there's no need for us to sit there and, you know, go crazy. All right, respect. Okay, law student. I thought O was referred to as a comment about his daughter. Oh, okay. All right, you somebody I can really sit and have a conversation with. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you, Lee Harrison. You know, but that's what it is, man. We here, okay? So been on here long enough. I'm ready to tap out. You already know. Again, I wanna answer this call, but they running off. Let's see where we at. Chicago, Illinois is in the house. They always in the house and they always representing. I was locked up with my man Bernard Goins from out there. We call him AKA Big B, you know, because name was Bernard. And that's the first time I really got close with a brother from Chicago, and they stand up men. They definitely men of honor, man, you know? But I'm out of here. All right.
Cheers, cheers, the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
Hit that like button, hit that like button on the way out, hit that like button on the way out.
Fresh out the can of 26, he back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the
hit that like button, hit that like button.
Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself linked in. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, Mecca Audio.
Mecca what? Mecca Audio, Mecca what? Mecca Audio, Mecca what? Mecca Audio, Mecca what? Mecca Audio. And we gon' do it like we gon' do it like we keep it moving like we gotta do it like
hit that like button.
Like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top demon so shiny. I let shorty go, she was wine. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spin a couple bands on the dapper Dan. You eat that again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a roaring uptown. They be horn uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now he trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend the Ed. He started in uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community ours. So we can give back to the
cheers, cheers, the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
Fresh out the can of 26, he back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself linked in. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, Mecca audio.
Mecca what? Mecca audio. Mecca what? Mecca audio. Mecca what? Mecca audio. Mecca what? Mecca audio. And we gon' do it like we gon' do it like we keep it moving like we gotta do it like
Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was wine. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spend a couple bands on the Dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a roaring uptown. They be horn uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, you we got a lot to give. Now you trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend the air. He started in uptown, he gon' finish there. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community yours, so we can get back to the
cheers, cheers, toast the crime, the crime, the crime.